During the next few minutes, we will show you the correct way to carve and store Sanchez Romero Carvajal Iberian hams, pork shoulders and loins, to ensure that all the flavor, texture and aroma come through, and you get the most out of each joint. The carving station should be at the right height to ensure that you can work comfortably. Make sure that it is clean and that all the tools you need are ready to be used. The jamonero, a special ham clamp, is essential to correctly carve the ham. The ham should be placed firmly in the clamp so that it does not move. You will need the following items in order to clean and carve the ham: butcher's safety glove, tongs or fork, knives and steel. You will need 3 types of knife, one with a wide blade and a sharp tip to remove the ham rind and outer layer of fat. The ham knife, which is a long and flexible knife to cut the slices. And the thin yet strong dagger knife to remove the ham bone. The steel is used to sharpen the knives. The carving station in an establishment can become an eye-catching feature, where people can watch the ham carver at work and enjoy the ham even before they taste it. You can judge the quality from the outer appearance of the Iberian ham. The guarantee of quality comes from the long ham with a fine, slim leg, the black trotter, the characteristic V-shaped slash, the layer of mold, and the thick, smooth layer of fat. The picture shows the parts of the ham to be carved: the shank, butt half or flank, and the knuckle. You will need to clean the ham before you begin to carve it. Make sure you use the mesh glove to make sure you do not cut yourself. First of all, use the wide blade knife to make a deep cut around the leg and cut the sinew of knuckle. Remove the rind, making sure that you use the knife away from your hand so that you do not cut yourself. Remove the yellowish rancid fat and the rind from the inside part of the ham. If the whole ham is going to be used in one day, you can remove all the skin and fat. But if it is going to be eaten over a period of time, more than 2 or 3 days, you should only clean the part that you are going to cut. This means that the rest of the ham will be protected. Place the ham in the ham clamp with the shank facing upwards. Use the long knife to cut the slices of ham. Keep the first slices of fat on one side to protect the ham when you have finished cutting the slices. Place the blade of the knife firmly on the meat to be cut. Use a short sawing action and without applying pressure in order to cut paper-thin slices. Make sure that the slices include fat and meat, even in equal proportions, to obtain the maximum flavor of the ham. When you reach the hip bone, use the dagger knife to cut round the bone, leaving as little ham as possible on the bone. Continue cutting the slices. Try to cut slices from all over the surface of the shank to mix the flavors of the different muscles, which can be identified by the different colors. When you reach the femur, try to get as much of the ham as possible by running the knife along the bone. Once you have finished this part, turn the ham over and begin with the butt half or flank. Start by carving the knuckle, which is very tasty. When you reach the cartilage, use the dagger knife to separate it from the ham. If you do this stage carefully, it is not at all difficult. Once the meat has been removed from the bone, it will be very easy to cut the ham into slices. Turn the ham over again and start slicing the shank again. Once you reach the fibula bone, make a deep slash with the knife and lever out the bone. The knuckle meat can be cut into slices or cubes. Once you have trimmed the bone as much as possible, saw the bone into small pieces to add flavor to stews or to make stocks. Sanchez Romero Carvajal Jabugo ham is a delicate, exclusive, and unique product. A ham weighing 6 or 7 kilos will provide an average of 45 to 50 80-gram portions. The ham is usually served by mixing slices from various parts on the plate so that you can enjoy the different flavors. The ham should be served at between 18 and 24 degrees Celsius. Now let's look at the shoulder, the front leg of the pig. The Sanchez Romero Carvajal Jabugo shoulder has the same quality as the ham. Its average weight is characteristic of this thoroughbred breed. The parts of the shoulder are the same as those for the ham, but the bones form sharper angles in the case of the shoulder. Therefore, even though the carving technique is the same, a slightly different procedure is used. First of all, place the ham with the butt half or flank facing upwards, and then cut around the leg and remove the rind and yellowish fat. Start by cutting slices from the bone that is at the top of the shoulder. When you reach the bone at the top of the shoulder, cut round it with the knife. With the shank facing upwards, begin carving until you reach the bone. The meat from this part of the ham can be cut into cubes for stews and stocks. Finally, you will get 1 or 2 generous portions from the knuckle, the area around the trotter. A shoulder weighing around 4 kilos will provide an average of around 25 to 30 80-gram portions. And we still have another unique joint to carve, the loin of the Sanchez Romero Carvajal Iberian pig. The pork loin comes from the back and is an outstanding part of the Iberian pig. The loin has an unrivaled flavor, aroma, and texture, which is brought out to perfection during the curing process in our wineries. The Iberian pork loin is at its best when cut diagonally into thin slices, just like the ham. Cover the meat slices with a piece of cling film to preserve all its flavor and aroma. Correct storage is the most important thing when you take a Sanchez Romero Carvajal Jabugo ham home, as you will eat it over a long period of time. Make the circular cut in the leg, which will not affect the keeping of ham, and only remove the skin and fat from the part that you are going to carve. You should begin by carving the butt half of the ham, which is the part with the least fat. And you should keep some slices of fat to later cover the meat. When you have finished carving the section, cover the meat with slices of fat. Cover the ham with a piece of fabric, never plastic, and leave it out in the air but away from the sun, heat, or light. Carving a ham well is more than just a task. It is an art which comes with practice. Not only does carving a ham well mean obtaining the best flavor, the best texture, and all its aroma. Carving a ham well also means getting as much as possible from an exquisite product. In Sanchez Romero Carvajal, we are working every day to look after and offer our clients the gastronomic culture of a unique product in the world, whose flavor gets better the more you know it.